To the warehouse! Quickly, Holmes!
That could be used as a weapon in a necessity. With this cable car, we can get up onto the warehouse roof. Cutting pliers. They could be useful. This motor is from the cable car. Empty. Judging by the smell, I would say that it's an oil reservoir. There's a little petrol left, but not enough to start the motor. There's a little petrol. This chest is shut by a cord, which also attaches it to... This chest is shut by a cord, which also attaches it to the cable car's structure. A bottle of motor oil. I can't do that. I can't do... A crank. There are two guards in front of the main entrance. We will have to find another way in. There are two guards. Vodka. There's a little at the bottom of these bottles.
Russian alcohol. Holmes, the three brothers.
This motor is from the cable car. Let us hope it works. There's a little petrol left, but not enough to start them. Here's what we can use for fuel. Look at this hole. This motor needs a starting handle.
Given the maintenance, this cable car isn't used very frequently.
True, Watson, but let us hope that it is still working. The crank is in place. Look at this hole. This motor needs a starting handle.
It works.
We are going to separate. I will find a way into the fair, and you must investigate the warehouse.
Very well, I'll do that.
There is no one on the roof. If the machine should get out of control, then just use the brake. There ought to be one.
I should hope so. Anyway, there's no other choice. And when I've found out what is going on down there, what should I do then?
Come and join me in the fairground. You can follow my route to get over the fence. Then you should find me easily enough. Good luck, my dear fellow.
Come on, John. Courage. No one seems to have noticed me. Now I must try to find out what is going on here. The bags contain rubble. They're tied up with good solid rope. Carts from the soup kitchens. They appear to be queuing up. I'll keep the rope. It's a miracle that this reservoir is standing. The feet are being eaten away by rust. A large dry cloth. It's too dark inside this reservoir. It's impossible to see anything, but I can hear a slight lapping of water. It's a miracle that this reservoir is standing. I must find out what is going on inside this warehouse, but have to be careful. The place is full of guards. It's too dangerous to go any further. The window is too dirty to allow me to see inside. My cloth is too dry. It's impossible to reach the water. It's too far away. It's impossible to reach the water. It's too far away. So, it is inside these warehouses that Prince Woodville's canteens on wheels are filled up, and Hans is there to add his poison. That siren is a signal to open the doors and let out the carts of poisoned soup, destined for London. I wonder what Holmes is doing at this moment.
The main entrance is guarded. Here is a good place to try and get through. It's covered in barbed wire. The way is clear. Good, I'm in. Now I must find Moriarty. A target from a firing range. It depicts a lion. The stand's owner must live here. The stand's accounts book. Nothing interesting. No, it is unnecessary. No, it is unnecessary. No, it is unnecessary. Nothing interesting. Let's look at the book's secret. Secret accounts. The stand's owner must do something other than manage a simple coconut shy, and there is a strange poem about animals. A firing range for children. They have to throw leather balls at the figures of wild animals to knock them over. It's clear that there is a link between the poem in the secret accounts and the animal-shaped targets on the stand. Let's see. Elementary. There is a hiding place here. Interesting. I can't see a keyhole to open this hiding place. It's the stand's till. There is no money, but there is a wooden target. If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight would attract their attention.
You there! Who are you? Alert!
It's open. This building was a menagerie. I'm in the service passage. Oh, what a smell. There must have been wild animals here once. I pity the animals that were shut up in here. The cages are very narrow. Nothing of interest here. This cage has been blocked with planks, so that the interior is hidden from view. A large syringe for animals of a considerable size, evidently. A key. Old bandages. Everything points to that cage having been used to treat sick animals. Everything points. telephone line. Interesting. It comes from that large building. A telephone. A telephone. A telephone. A telephone. Everything points to that cage having been used to treat sick animals. Old bandages. Everything points to that cage having been used to treat sick animals. Apparently, it's a medicine chest for first aid, I presume. The only thing intact is this bottle of ether. If the guard sees me, he will sound the alarm. I must neutralize him, but discreetly. There are probably others, and a fight would attract their attention. I can't see a key. I need. I can't see a key. I need something. I need. target from a firing range. I can't see a keyhole to open this hiding place. There we are. It is simplicity itself. The Stan's slush fund. I wonder what happened to the owner that he should leave without his savings.
You there! Who are you? Alert!
I need some. I need some. There. That should interest our guard.
You there!
Good. My little stratagem is in place. All I need to do is to wait for him to come back here. I have to shut him up, and quickly. I must find a way of neutralizing the guard. Perfect. Thanks to the ether, this baller will sleep for a long time. Another guard. This place is full of them. I cannot risk a confrontation. He'll see me coming and I'll lose the element of surprise. I'll need to find a way to trap him. They must have exhibited those poor wretches in these cages and presented them as being dangerous. Bearded lady. This large, empty aquarium held the fair's main attraction, the mermaid, Poseidon's daughter. I wonder what this machinery is used for. A rail system is fixed to the ceiling and a hook is hanging from it. It must be used for moving heavy and bulky objects. Thanks to this mechanism, the hook can slide along the rail to be positioned wherever needed. Be careful of those boxes. They are balanced, one on top of the other. It would take very little to knock them over. People must have been locked up in here, and they are certain to have been mistreated. The cage is held shut with this bar. It only needs to be pulled away to open it. The cage Thanks to this mechanism, the hook can... Thanks to this mechanism, thanks to the This cage is still occupied, not by one of the monsters, but by a poor man. He's still alive, but he's barely human now. Moriarty must have tested his poison on this poor fellow. If he was freed, he would leap at the throat of the first person he saw. I could easily open the cage by raising the door, but that poor man would leap on me immediately. I could easily... People must have been locked up. The crank is in place. The hook is above the cage of this poor wretch. There, the rope is in place. This way I can open the poor fellow's cage from the outside without taking any risks. I could easily open the cage by raising the door, but I suppose it was on this small stage that the monsters were presented to the public. Ah, here's something interesting. Hans's diary. What a dreadful diary. That Hans is the only real monster ever to have frequented this attraction. The bearded lady kept the key to this exhibition. Interesting. Here's what I've been looking for. The trap is in place. Now I only need to get the guard to go inside the freak show. The guard must have been warned. I need to get out of here. The guard is inside. I must close the door quickly. Closed. I must find a way of neutralizing the guard inside. Well, I'll be leaving you. I'm sure you have a great many things to do. But what have we got here?
Ah, there you are, Holmes. Did you have any problems?
None, apart from a few small things. What have you found out about this warehouse?
Prince Woodville's soup is loaded and contaminated by hands.
And in the direction of Whitechapel. Watson, in a few hours, Moriarty will have at his disposal a formidable army, more powerful and more terrible than anything that has ever existed.
What?
The soup is destined for a poverty-stricken, starving population who have been conditioned for months against the ruling powers. Moriarty won't have any trouble in sending thousands of raving mad people to ravage the city, sowing death and destruction. No force would be able to resist them, not the police, not even the army. A perfect army, knowing neither fear nor pity. A tidal wave of humanity which will cover London and will fall away again, leaving a city of desolation behind it.
What horror! And the chaos will only make Moriarty's coup d'etat even easier. But how will he guard himself against this bloodthirsty crowd?
The chaos will only last for the time he needs.
You mean to say
that these poor wretches will all die 48 hours after ingesting the soup, according to our good Dr. Shielman. So the victims will be joined by their executioners. An immense mass murder. What Moriarty would call clearing up after work, no doubt. Good. Have you found a way of stopping Hans's process?
Yes, I think so. If we can weaken the reservoir's feet with the explosives, for example, it will collapse and take the building down with it.
Good work.
What are you looking at?
Have you ever seen anything like this before?
Never.